YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Man, once again, you know, I gotta let y'all know in every video. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are real ones. Y'all keep me uploading. We're making a lot of progress, and that's thanks to you guys hitting the like button and subscribing. We got a lot of content coming out, so y'all already know. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. You don't want to miss out on any uploads. We got builds. We got build reviews. We got build tier list. We got a lot of stuff coming out, so I need y'all to be on the lookout for that. And you just don't want to miss out. But once again, shout out to y'all. Y'all are turning up. Today we got a new build I created myself. I think it's pretty fire. I think you guys are gonna like it. And yeah, we're gonna continue with the Legend series. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. So today we got the two-way inside the arc threat. The build is inspired by Scottie Pippen, so it's going to be a lockdown. But we got position small forward, we got height 6'7", we got weight 228 pounds, and then we got wingspan 6'11". Now hear me out. I know Scottie Pippen is 6'8", but to make this build as good as possible, I went down to 6'7". You can go up to 6'8" if you would like to, but I like this build at 6'7". And before I even get into the attributes, remember, you can take this build and use it as a template and tweak it to your liking for your build. You don't have to make this build exactly how I make it. This is how I like it, and this is what I came up with. So let's hit continue and get right into the attributes. So first we got 75 close shot. This upgrades with other attributes. You have to upgrade it. It's pretty cool. He did play below the rim a little bit, so I do like that you got a little bit of something. Got some float game, got paint prodigy. Going to be able to get a bucket down there here and there if you really need to. Drive and layup, we got a 65. Now listen, I was torn between keeping this at 65 and at 80. I was bouncing between 80 and 65, but I ended up going with 65 just because I wanted to make this build better in other areas. So you can go with the 80 drive and layup. I think 65 is fine because you're going to get an 85 driving dunk to go with it. Now, I wasn't looking to get contact dunks. I was just looking to get dunking animations. Scottie Pippen was a very versatile player. He could play both sides of the ball. Very good offensively at scoring. Very good defensively at defending. So I wanted to make sure he had the driving dunk because he was super athletic. That's just facts. We got 85 driving dunk. I like this a lot for Scottie Pippen. 35 standing dunk. You know, I don't really care anymore, bro. I don't think you need the standing dunk. A lot of people like to have it. If that's the case, take some other things off and put the standing dunk up, but I'm leaving mine at 35. Post control, we got 51. This only went up because I had a little bit of extra points, and to have certain stats where they were, I had to have it at a 50. Now on to the shooting. Scottie Pippen was a great shooter. He started becoming a better three-point shooter later into his career. So we got the 90 mid-range. Now, with the 90 mid-range, I would cap break this up to 93. That way I could get Hall of Fame set shot specialist. You want to be able to knock it down. You want to be able to shoot the middies. You want to be able to shoot the 3-ball. We do have a 73 ball. I know that's kind of low, but that's what Hall of Fame set shot specialist is for. If you have a good jump shot, a jump shot you like, you're going to be able to shoot the ball at this build. Shooting threes is going to be hard, but you will be able to knock them down. But with the mid-range, you're going to be able to knock the mid-range down with no problem. Fading, standstills, all that. You're going to be able to knock them down. Free throw, we went with the 80. Scottie Pippen was a good free throw shooter, so I wanted to make sure you could shoot free throws. This is also for the people who play rec. There you go. You can knock them down. Can't be mad at me. Now on to the playmaking. We got 75 pass accuracy. Now usually I like to go with the low pass accuracy, but like I said, I was trying to make Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was a really good playmaker for his team. Michael Jordan did all the scoring on those Bulls runs, and Scottie Pippen pretty much did everything else, bro. Switching 1 through 5, playmaking, scoring, he was doing it all. So I wanted to make sure he had some pass accuracy. We got 75 pass accuracy. So you're gonna get silver dimer and silver break starter. Some decent badges to have on this build. Ball handle, you're gonna get a 75. Now, a lot of you are probably gonna try to make like a pure lockdown build, and you're gonna take away the ball handle. I wanted to make sure this build had ball handle and could get animations because Scottie Pippen could handle the ball and get his own bucket. So that's why I went with the 75 ball handle. Gonna get strong handle on gold. I like that a lot. Speed with ball, we got 68. Now, he wasn't like bopping people. He wasn't crossing people up and driving to the rack, but he was able to, you know, get his moves off and get to the basket at a very high rate. So I wanted to make sure he had lightning launch at least. Got to have it on bronze. Now on to the defense, which is the biggest part of Scottie Pippen's game. The defense is kind of why the build doesn't have too much three-point shooting or driving layup, because I wanted to make sure this build had a lot of defense on it. So up first, we got interior defense 74. I wish this could be higher, but 74 I felt like was still really good because you're going to get post lockdown and paint patroller. Going to help out a lot. You got a 6'11 wingspan, so playing hands up, you're not going to have a problem. Perimeter defense, we went with the 95. So I wanted to go a little bit higher, but I felt like 95 was perfect because you get Hall of Fame challenger. You're going to get gold defensive badges, on ball menace, pick dodger, and a movable enforcer. You're going to be able to box people with a 95 perimeter defense, especially at 6'7 with a lot of weight on you. You're going to be able to play some good defense. And then to pair with that, you're going to get 91 steal. Now, I like the 91 steal. I don't really like spam and square, but I do think a Scottie Pippen build has to have high steal. And 91 is just perfect for any lockdown or anything. I think you're going to get gold glove and gold interceptor. But hear me out. If you were looking to change anything, I would lower the steal down to where you just get gold interceptor. I wouldn't focus too much on having glove. And this is just me personally. I made this build like this for y'all, so you have a good idea of what the build should be like. And so it's close to Scottie Pippen. But if I was going to remake this build, I would take some steal down. I would probably take perimeter down some, and I'd put it in other areas just to make this build more versatile. But to be Scottie Pippen, gotta have the 91 steal. Now on to the block. We got 74 block. You're gonna get high flying denier and paint patroller. Wanted to make sure this build could block shots, can get stops in the paint. Like, I wanted to make sure it was a good rim protecting build. High flying denier is the best shot blocking badge on the game, most reliable shot blocking badge on the game. So wanted to make sure I had it. Now on to the rebounding. Scottie Pippen was a good rebounder, but you got to sacrifice something on this game because the builder is so limited. So you get 25 offensive rebound, 60 defensive rebound. Still pretty good. You're not going to be the main rebound person on your team with this build. So having at least bronze rebound chaser and box out beast is really good because you'll get some animations and you'll be able to grab a board. It won't just be falling right in front of your face. Now on to the physicals. You guys aren't going to like this, but Scottie Pippen was very athletic, but he was not that fast. So I wanted to make sure at 6'7", 6'8"-ish, he had at least 80 speed. I think 80 is average, slightly, probably a little bit below average for 6'7", but I like the 80 speed. I think 80 is enough. You're going to be able to move around the court. What I see a lot of people doing now is they're neglecting agility and just putting up speed, but I think you kind of need both. So I want to go 80 speed and 80 agility. I like it a lot. I think this represents Scottie Pippen right here. Just versatile all around, athletic, strong, and pretty quick. Now strength, we got an 85. I went with 85 because I wanted a movable enforcer on gold. Wanted to make sure I had that. If you're going to have a Scottie Pippen build, you got to have a movable enforcer on the higher tier badges. I think gold is perfect for this build. Like I said, you got 95 perimeter with gold and movable enforcer. You're going to be boxing people, and then you got 91 steal. What more can you ask for defensively? Now vertical, we got a 67. This is one I was a little disappointed in, but I really just wanted to get enough so we could get Scottie Pippen dunk package, and then make sure I had high flying denier. Originally, this was like 75 because I was trying to get contact dunks, but we're just gonna have to sacrifice them if we want this build to be very versatile and all around and good on the floor. Had to sacrifice a couple things. This is one of them. But other than that, I think these attributes are fire. I think it's really close to Scottie Pippen, a really good Scottie Pippen build, really good lockdown build. We're going to hit continue and see what shades we get. And we get Tony Allen, wonderful lockdown guard, Alex Caruso, another lockdown guard, and then Herb Jones, all lockdown type of players. You're going to get a two-way inside the arc threat. It's a fire build. You're going to be able to do everything. You can use it in multiple game modes. You guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about this build. Is it fire? Is it trash? If you think it's trash, tell me why. And if you would change this build up, like you're going to take it and tweak it, tell me what you would tweak to make this build any better. I told you guys what I like. You guys let me know in the comment section what you like. And if you made it this far into the video, you're a GOAT. Just make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. But other than that, grading this build from A to F on it being Scottie Pippen, I'm going to give it an A-. The reason I'm giving it an A- is because I think this build is really close to Scottie Pippen, but Scottie Pippen was so one of those one-of-a-kind players that's just really hard to make him. So the builder limited a little bit too much to make Scottie Pippen. That's the only reason I'm giving it an A-. Now, being able to use this build in all game modes, 1s through 5s, I'm going to give this build an A+. The reason I'm giving it an A+ is because you can handle the ball. Now, you may not be the best ball handler, but you can handle the ball. You can shoot the ball. You can finish at the rack. You can box up any build. So this build's going to be very, very viable for every game mode. You can take it to the 1s. You're going to be able to get a bucket. You're going to be able to get a stop for sure. You can take it to the 2s. You're going to be able to play the 1 with an annoying lineup. You really could play the 1 and then have a big who's the primary scorer getting buckets. It just make 2s very annoying. And then 3s, you could play the 1 or the 2 and just be very annoying also. And then 5s, of course, you could play the 1 through the 5, or not through the 5. I'll say the 1 through the 3 just because you're 6'7". If you were like 6'9", I'd say you could play the 4, but 1 through the 3, of course, you're going to be annoying. You're going to be able to score. You're going to be able to finish. You're going to be able to box any build on the court, and you're going to be able to play make and get your own bucket. I think this build is fire. Once again, let me know how you guys feel about this build in the comment section. And I appreciate you all. Like I said, we got a lot of content coming out, so make sure post noties are on. You don't want to miss out. That's all I got for you guys today. Be on the lookout for more content soon. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.